Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Andrew's Life. I'm going to just do some more Wes Anderson videos. I mean, the reason why you guys are getting so many videos of Anderson is because I've been hearing Anderson quite often, just taking care of random business. So I thought while I was here, I would go ahead and do some videos of some of the neighborhoods here in Anderson. Now, I do have videos of nicer communities that are here in Anderson. I just thought it would be fun for myself and for some of you that might like these type of videos, for me to do these type of videos, the videos to where basically I go through some of the poor sections of the city. Now I believe this area I'm getting ready to record is going to be what they consider the Belmont area of West Anderson, Indiana. So this is the Belmont area. Now me personally, I've never been that crazy about this area. I mean, to me, a lot of the houses around here are trashy. I mean, a lot of the people who live around here tend not to take care of their houses. You have a lot of debris on many of these people's front yards. Around here, you got a lot of houses that are in bad shape. Some of them should have been torn down, I would say, years ago. So I've never been that crazy about this area for those reasons. And there's other reasons why I'm not crazy about this area, but I don't know if it's going to be a good idea for me to get into those reasons. I think I'll leave that one alone. But as you guys can see, well, I mean, some of these houses, as you will see, are pretty trashy. Now, this house on the corner, there used to be all kind of debris all over the place. The house itself was just completely messed up, but looks like someone done began to do some repairs over there. Now, once upon a time, like I want to say 6 or 7 years ago, the little small house, I was looking at buying that house because I like the size of the house and I also like the land. But due to the area, I decided to not buy that house. So yeah, this is the Belmont area of Anderson. Now there are houses around here that are currently for sale. This house here on the corner, it is currently for sale. See, as you guys can see, this area, it's trashy. People just don't care. They don't seem to really care about much around here. They just leave all their debris just sitting in the yard. So this is West 27th I'm on. I'm gonna go down Hartford. And some of these houses around here used to be meth houses. So when you buy a house in this part of Anderson, you're going to want to be mindful of that as well. Now this street up here, I believe, is what separates the Belmont area from the rest of West Anderson. Because the Belmont area is predominantly white. I mean, you're going to see few to no blacks hanging out or living in the Belmont area. The Belmont area is predominantly white. There's a Belmont Park. I'm driving by it right now. You probably saw it in the camera a minute ago. This is Dewey. See, around here you're gonna find a lot of RVs, and if you really do some looking around here, you'll find a few makeshift structures that are in the back of some of these houses. turn around here so you guys can see the other side of the road. And I think this street is very interesting. You got a lot of stuff going on this street. And I want to show you guys a glimpse of it. Now, some of these other areas I'm going to drive through are not going to necessarily be in the Belmont area. Now this is West 25th. Now I'm getting ready to go down Dewey. Go. Well, I want to go down. I want to check it out real quick. I'm gonna go on Menifee Road here. Just want to check it out real quick. There used to be a house on this road that they tore down a couple of years or so ago. Then there was a house by it that someone owned, and they paid $5 grand for it, and it was in pretty bad shape. So I'm gonna go down and just take a look at the house and see if they've done anything to it. You're probably not gonna see it on your camera too well though, because I would have to readjust the stand significantly. Yeah, this is Menifee. Yeah, like there used to be a house right here that they tore down a couple of years ago. The house was in pretty bad shape. Here's the house I'm talking about. I don't think anyone's here anymore. You can barely see it because it's covered with a bunch of trees and reeds and what have you. And there's a few houses around here for sale too. And now I'm on Arrow for a second here. We're going to stay on Arrow for a little bit. Now on this part of Arrow, now personally, I would not want to live on this part of Arrow. Now, Arrow Avenue has always been one of the busier streets here in the city of Anderson, Indiana. Now, this part of Arrow is the busiest part of Arrow. Now, the farther you go down the road here, the less busier it gets, and the better the neighborhood is. See, around here, around here it gets pretty busy, especially during the summer. You got a lot of people that like to throw parties or what have you. I'm gonna turn off of this street because they got construction going on. But yeah, on this part of Arrow, back on Arrow, I mean, you got a lot of stuff that goes on. You got a lot of parties, a lot of walking around, a lot of just random activities that go on over there. Now, the farther down you go on that street, like if you go on Arrow, if you go down towards, the farther you go towards West 8th, the better the community, in my opinion. The farther you go on Arrow towards West 25th, the worse the community. Looks like you got a little house here for sale. And this is another part of West Anderson I wouldn't suggest anybody live. Unless you don't mind looking out your window or stepping outside every day and all you see are a bunch of broke down vehicles with a bunch of debris all over the place. I mean, around here you got your RVs, your trailers, your other debris. And I'm going to take this opportunity and let you guys know that if you're looking for a place to live, to where you have all your basic amenities in terms of your shopping and somewhere to take your vehicle and things of that nature, but at the same time you don't want to be in an area where there's going to be a strong government presence. And what I mean by a strong government presence is you don't want to be in an area to where, they're going to find you for every little thing that you do wrong. Then it'll be worth your while to come check out Anderson, Indiana. I mean, because in my opinion, Anderson has a pretty laid back. Anderson is pretty laid back. Like, I heard stories of other communities where if your grass gets a little too long, the city's gonna slap a fine the city's gonna slap a fine on that you're gonna have to pay. or they're going to give you a warning that if you don't clip your yard, they're going to give you a fine. Now, Anderson is pretty laid back. They're pretty relaxed. Anderson is not one of those type of cities to where there's going to be city officials driving around looking for reasons to give somebody a fine or looking for a reason to harass somebody. I mean, there are certain communities where, yeah, you might have a lot to do. You might have a ton of amenities, but, you know, the price that you're going to have to pay is you're going to also be in a community. You're going to also be in a community where the government officials are going to be driving around the city, and it's, you know, they're going to practically be reaching and hyperextending their lower back in their neck, looking for a reason to give you a fine, looking for a reason to harass you, and to leave that note in your mailbox or on your door about if you don't do this or if you don't do that, then you're going to get a fine, blah, blah, blah. You see, Anderson's not like that. And that's one thing about Anderson that I think is going good for the city. I mean, people who live here in Anderson don't have to deal with they don't got to deal with a bunch of harassment from the city government. I mean, like I said, I got plenty of friends who live here in Anderson. And I've been here. I mean, I come here to Anderson quite often, to be quite honest, because I got a lot of friends who are here in Anderson. So I come here quite often to visit them. And from what I understand, utilities here in Anderson aren't too high either. Utilities here are fairly reasonable. And Madison, in Madison County, especially the city of Anderson, has some of the lowest property taxes. So those are just a few things about Anderson that I think are good about Anderson. All right, folks, I'm just past the half-hour mark. So in a minute here, I'm going to cut this off. So I'm going to take this opportunity to thank everybody for watching. Remember, leave comments below, subscribe, do all that wonderful stuff like you all been doing, and I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Everybody have a blessed day, and I will see you guys on the next video.